Tim Shaw, Thailand correspondent for the 7 Network, but reporting for Phuket News TV. We're here at the official opening of the Australian consulate here in Phuket. Since September 2013, Phuket has not had an honorary consul or an official office. The Australian Ambassador to Thailand, Hawryluk, has flown down from Bangkok and has officially opened the consulate offices here today. The Australian honorary consul is 33-year-old Canadian-born lawyer Michelle Hawryluk. Her office's Hawryluk Legal Advisors also now act as the Australian consulate. Australian citizens who are also members of the Royal Thai Police Region 8 volunteer program came to the opening of the consulate. They work closely with the embassy when Australians get into trouble. Ambassador Visits spoke to members of Region 8, and Wal Brown, the leader of Region 8, speaks to Phuket News TV right after this.
Patong Shakers have moved. Shake it up in Rawai, just at the turnoff to Naiharn Beach. Find them on Facebook or email shakersphuket@gmail.com.
This is Phuket News TV. We're back at the opening of the Australian consulate here in Phuket. I'm joined by Wal Brown, the leader of the Royal Thai Police Region 8 volunteer program. Wal Brown, welcome to Phuket News TV. How important is today's consulate opening?
Oh, look, it's a step forward. It's been a long time since we've had an honorary consul here in Phuket, and it's really way past the date when we have a full consulate here. It's a must. It's only a matter of when. There are too many tourists coming here. There are too many tourist problems in this province, and it needs to be sorted out.
The Ambassador made remarks about how important your program has been assisting tourists here on the island. How important is it to you and your volunteers to hear this?
Oh, look, it's very good, mate. Look, with all the help that we provide, and I'm not saying just the help from the Australian volunteers that are here today, all our volunteers, we have 36 of them, they help every tourist that's there. We don't single out countries and say, they're ours. It just happens along the line. And what Ambassador Visits has said is given a lot of confidence to our guys that we'll get the same respect from all the other consulates and embassies in Thailand.
Well, Brown, thanks for joining us on Phuket News TV.
Thanks, Tim.
Ambassador Hawryluk, welcome to Phuket News TV.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
You said in your remarks at the opening of the consulate here how important the consular outreach programs that have been conducted. Would you like to see more of them conducted here in Phuket?
Well, I think they are very important to do. We've got a lot of Australians who are living here in Phuket and, of course, visiting Phuket. So I think the more we can do to interact with them, the better. I'm not sure how many more we can do a year, but I would like to see us maximise the opportunities, and when we do come, to spend a couple of days here.
What a class act is Michelle Hawryluk, a Canadian citizen, a trained lawyer in Australia. It's not unusual for a non-citizen to become honorary consul.
It's quite common actually. We have a lot of non-Australian honorary consuls around the world. Often they are the citizens of the country in which the honorary consulate is. Similarly in Australia, you'll find a lot of Australians who are the honorary consuls for countries representing those countries in Australia. So we look to find who we think is going to be the best person to do the job, and we think Michelle's going to do a fantastic job here in Phuket.
In your remarks, you also recognised the contribution of the volunteers that assist tourists, the Royal Thai Police Region 8 volunteers. How important are those Australian volunteers in that role that they play?
I think they do a fantastic job. You know, they're out there at night time, walking the streets, trying to spot trouble before it happens, and if it does happen, sort of intervening so it doesn't go any further. You know, really, I think it's a wonderful service they provide, and of course they're doing it as volunteers, but really putting something back into the community and really trying to look after their mates in the best possible way.
We spoke recently on Live 89.5 about an unprecedented television program, The Embassy, being made in Thailand. How important is that for Australian television viewers to understand the operations of an Australian embassy?
Look, I think it's tremendously important for all Australians to appreciate the work that many of our diplomats do overseas, often in very difficult circumstances. And the consular staff of the Bangkok Embassy, both Australian and Thai staff, do a fantastic job, often in very confronting circumstances, dealing with difficult cases. And I think it's also important for Australians to have a good understanding of just what the embassy can do, but more importantly what it cannot do for them if they do happen to find themselves in trouble. So we think it was a great success, the first series, and we hope it will continue to be a success.
Ambassador Paul Rebillard, thanks for talking to Phuket News TV.
Thank you very much.
You're a busy lawyer and you're a legal advisor here on the island. How do you fit in all those legal business requirements and run the consulate for the Australian government?
Actually, the law practice meshes well with the honorary consul job because I have a big staff and they're always willing to help people, and we have a really great team, so it's very easy actually. It's not too much of a stretch, and I'm lucky too. I have a nice Thai husband that helps me a lot too.
Tell me, you studied law in Australia. You can practice law in New South Wales and New York City. What's it like practicing law here in Thailand?
It's always a learning experience and you have to be very patient. That's probably it.
You said that being an Australian honorary consul could be fun. Have you found it fun so far?
Yeah, it is fun because I get to meet a lot of great people, and a lot of times people are grateful for the time that you put in, and they're really happy that my staff try to help. So yeah, actually we meet a lot of great people, even though sometimes the situations aren't so great. At the end, it's not so bad.
So congratulations on your appointment, and thank you for talking to Phuket News TV.
Okay, thank you. Swadee ka.
Spend your Sunday at the sexiest place on earth. Join Nikki Beach Phuket every Sunday for our world-famous Sunday brunch party. Kick back in style, poolside with international DJs, a global culinary buffet, and sensational cool beverages. Visit nikkibeach.com for more details. Tell only your best friends.